Love like this. There it is. I've never found a love like this.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to E20 Zone TV. This is one player ratings I do not want to do, but I've got to get it done, mate. I've got to get it done with all the lads. To my right is Lucas. Down the bottom right there is Clive, and below me is Mitchell. And we're going to talk about the players of the day. And fuck, we're going to. They're going to be some low ratings tonight. There really is. Before I get started, please do smash a like on the video, and if you're new around here, please do subscribe to the channel. Right, let's get into it because it was a fucking atrocious today. And let's start off with this man, Alfonso Areola. Lucas, take it away.
There's no O in there.
What?
Don't worry, go on.
There is Mitch, and you can look at it after. Carry on, Lucas.
It's the E.
I'm trying to. It's hard to. This rating is a bit tough because I am going to try and keep it professional as I always do with these ratings and not let my emotions get the best of me. But Areola. The second goal, that was the Ben Johnson goal, correct? The second one.
That's the one where he just stands there and just watches the player in front of him.
Back post.
Yeah, so could he have done a bit better for that? Probably not. It was a bit in front his near post, so he really couldn't do anything. He just took practice today. He was just, I don't know. I'm gonna give him. Really, none of the goals were his fault or could do anything about him. I'm gonna
The fourth goal. I think he could have done a bit better, but other than that, I agree.
Game was already gone at that point.
Yeah, it's dead.
I'll give him a high 4.
I'll go next. I'll give him a 5. I thought, let's be honest, we've got to give him some credit. They kept the score down. Fucking hell, if it weren't for him, it would have been 6 or 7 nil.
I don't change my score or my rating, but actually, yeah, I'm gonna give him a 5 because he did make an amazing save.
I agree, Volley, on that comment there, mate. I will try and read out everyone's comments tonight also. So please do bear with me, yeah? So I'll give him a 5 out of 10. I think he kept us in the fucking game, and didn't really sort of. The scoreline could have been a lot worse. Let's put it like that. Clive.
Yeah, for me, it was always going to be a 5 straight away. Like you say, he kept the scoreline a little bit lower. Don't really think he's at fault even for the fourth goal, to be honest. I think his view was a little bit obscured at the same time. I mean, I don't think anyone was expecting Welbeck to shoot from there. But, hey, it is what it is. Yeah, 5 for me.
Mitch?
I'm going to give him, purely for the result, I would have given him, because it's 4 goals, give him a high 5. I was thinking about a low 6, but just conceding 4, I think you can't really give something too high. But I think he's done okay today. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I agree. Let's move on to Benjamin
Straight in there.
Johnson. And let's start off with this.
Emotional damage.
Fucking emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
This geezer's fucking shit, mate. I'm not even going to lie. Right? I'm going to be real.
This is what was going through his head.
Fucking agree, mate. I've seen better people at the fucking circus than this geezer. I really have. Right, I'll start with Mitch. Take it away, mate.
I thought he defended okay at times today.
No, bro. Don't wind me up tonight. This is a Saturday night, man. I'll let you fucking land. Good.
Because all the attacks did come down our right, and some of them he dealt with, I thought, pretty well. But then he had some very defensively bad moments, which obviously led to the goals. He was also incredibly embarrassing trying to pass the ball and control the ball. So today he gets a 2 for me.
I'll go next. He's getting
I'm exhausted.
I know you are, brother. Right, I'm going to go next. I'm giving him a 1 out of 10 for putting the shirt on, his shin pads on, his boots on, and travelling to Sussex today. Absolute atrocious. Can't defend, can't attack, can't tackle. Fucking clueless at the corner. It was all said on the stream that I was watching it on. West Ham haven't conceded a goal from a corner all season. Up steps Ben Johnson to prove us all wrong on that.
It's
So
the worst, like, it's just switched
Yeah.
off. Today, I
It's-
think something's happened, like, where mentally he just was
was terrible.
completely out of it. He just wasn't focused. He wasn't using his brain.
I agree.
Cunt. Oh, shit. Fuck me.
Fuck it, it's done.
Sorry.
We move on to Clive. Talk to me.
Hello. Can we, at the end of the season, James, have a like an award for worst individual performance? Because at the moment we've got some front runners. We've got Nair Fagued, we've got Ogbonna, we've got
Yeah.
Johnson now. All of them have had a
Kerr.
game where they've
Care
Kerr,
against Leeds or whatever it was.
Like,
Yeah.
can we have like worst individual defensive display of the season at the end of this? Because it'll be interesting to see where that fucking goes. Because they're all blimmin' going for that award, I tell you.
Yeah, I
Unbelievable,
agree.
genuinely unbelievable. The first goal, he doesn't keep a defensive line. Would have been offside had he kept into the line as the other three defenders had. Second goal, I mean, it's not even the fact that it came from a corner. For me, there's two things. Firstly, the player that scored that second goal for Brighton, I've forgotten his name, but
Veltman.
regardless, thank
Veltman.
you. He didn't even header it. He just literally chested it. That's how much space he was given. It was the smallest part of chest hit I've ever seen. The slowest movement of a ball, and you just see Johnson then go wild.
Yeah.
Like, it's everyone else's fault. Like, at what point did he not realise, oh shit, maybe I should have been at the back post? Maybe I should have been
There's
marking
no
him?
shot he drives a car because he doesn't check anything around him.
I
or
agree.
behind him.
100%.
Honestly. So, yeah, I mean,
Well-
there's them two. The third goal, at this point, yeah, look, I think I gave Ogbonna the other week a 2 or a 3. I think I gave Agued similar.
Yeah.
So I'm going to follow suit, and I'm just going to give him a very, very low 2.
Fair enough, mate. Listen, big shout out to Lee there, who's just donated £10 to the channel. Thank you very much,
Thank
Lee.
you,
I really
Lee.
do. I really do
Top man.
appreciate it, mate.
Top man.
Top man, as always. And he's a member. So if you want to be a member like Lee, join the membership. Lucas.
What can I say that hasn't already been said? I mean, I must admit I've defended this man for quite some time, and
Yes, you have.
and I still believe there's a few positives to his game, but not at West Ham anymore. He can't play right back. He can't do anything. That second goal. So, I mean, quickly, the first goal, I know a lot of people will blame Bowen, and they have, but I'm the type of guy where
Mhm.
when Johnson was the start of the chain reaction to that penalty. That is all on Johnson, in my opinion. He sees the switch ball coming in.
Yeah.
Doesn't track it well at all.
Mhm.
He whiffs on the attempted tackle and then puts Bowen in a terrible situation. And mind you, I do think the penalty was a bit soft.
I think it's, I know what you're saying. Well, we will come to Bowen later.
Bowen could have done a lot better there, but
Yeah.
because of Johnson, he got put in that defensive situation
got put in
where
that
he was
position,
on
yeah.
Matoma's side. And like I said, I think it was a very weak penalty, but still, there's enough there, and by letter of the law, it is a penalty, unfortunately.
What are you rating him?
Second goal awful, third goal awful. I'm gonna give him and I'm with Clive. I'm not gonna give him a 1 just out of respect for all the other disaster classes we saw the following month and weeks. So I'm gonna give him a 2.
2 out of 10 for you. Let's move on to this man. Angelo Bonner come off injured in the game. I felt sorry for him, really, in a way, because he shouldn't be there. He really, really shouldn't. When we get rid of Craig Dawson, I see Craig Dawson celebrating with the Wolves players today after their win against Spurs. And I look at
I'm sick to my
Oggy,
stomach.
it makes me, it does. It makes me
I'm
feel
still
fucking sick.
heartbroken. I'm still
Yeah.
Just
heartbroken.
poured his heart out to me about 20 minutes ago.
I know, right? So when I look at Oggy, Oggy's been a good servant to West Ham, but he shouldn't be starting for West Ham.
That's
As
his
simple as that.
third match in 9 days. You
Yeah.
cannot You cannot have a 34, 35-year-old playing 3 matches in 9 days.
I agree, mate. I
At
agree.
this stage of the season and how important each match is, even a cup match, like, mate, that's because 34 is a lot different than 32.
Yeah, I
There's
agree.
not many Premier League teams that would start a 34-year-old every single game, and more importantly, a 34-year-old that came off a whole season off from a tear in one of the most pivotal,
which he injured again today.
Yeah, in one of the most, like, the worst muscle you could ever do. And he's come back from that injury at his age, fair play, but he should not be starting every game. He shouldn't be starting really any games. Like, you put him on for the final 10, 20 minutes.
Yeah, I agree.
For
Let's start off with Mitch. Mitch, give me a rating for him so we can sort of go through to the other players.
Try to keep your composure. Don't cry.
I'm composed. I'm not on a down period now. I'm just kind of like,
yeah. I've let it all go earlier on.
Yeah. So I'm actually, unless something might trigger me, which something might, and they might just be like back up again. But if Johnson didn't get me up there, so I should be good. Give Ogbonna 4.
Yeah, I'm with you. I agree. 4 out of 10 for me. I feel for this man. I watched him live last summer, and I told people in spaces on Twitter, and I literally said to people, I said, people are getting overhyping him a little bit because of what he'd done previously. He should be a reserve centre half at best. Yeah, and he's our first choice, which is terrible.
Don't say that.
I know it breaks your heart, Mitch, but it's just facts. Clive, what are you rating him?
For me, he's going to get a high 3, and the reason being is the second goal, which led to the Veltman, I think you said, who scored. His goal would never have got to him if Oggy had a better header on him. That it was a bad header from him, to be fair. So from that point, he has a slight fault for that, but not a lot otherwise. And obviously, considering we conceded 4 goals, you can imagine all the defenders are going to get 4 or less. So it's a high 3 for Oggy for me.
Lucas?
Yeah, I'm going to give him a 4. You just can't be playing a 34-year-old 3 times in 9 days. It's not good enough. And I don't think Ogbonna's passed it, but he's definitely passed playing 2 matches in a week. You can't do that. All the matches he's played this year, where it was one match a week, I think he's been perfectly all right. But again, we didn't replace Dawson in the window, which put an insane amount of pressure on Ogbonna, and we have now literally pushed him back to the brink. And Zuma may be coming back, but guess what? We've got another center half injured. It's beautiful stuff.
I must admit, it really is. Move on to this man. Naya for Gwed. Same thing again, lads. We keep this one short and sweet. Clive, let you go first.
I'm going to give him a high 4 on the basis of he didn't really make any errors, and fair play to him for getting his confidence back, in the sense of after being at the main cause of fault for those 3 goals midweek, he didn't let that have a rocky stain on him. So that, a high 4, but I'm not going to give him anything more because we conceded 4.
I'll go next. I agree with everything you just said. I thought he was okay. He was just okay today. I think. Was there any real errors from him? Not really. I just think
his passing was 1,000 times better today.
Yeah,
he was probably the best passer of the ball on our side today. He had 90% pass accuracy today.
Yeah, so I'll give him a high 4. Mitch?
I'll give him a 5, just a 5, low 5. Didn't really do anything too bad today, so again we conceded 4, so I'd have to give him a 5.
Lucas?
I can't give anyone. Actually, no, that's going to be a lie. I will give him just a 5 because, again, not really a lot of errors from him. He did make a good last-ditch tackle towards the end, which showed a bit of fight, but not really. And he passed the ball a lot better today. So yeah, I'm gonna give him just a 5 because he had a little impact, if any. So
we move on to this man, Emerson. Some people say he was the man of the match today for West Ham. Like he was West Ham's best player. I slightly agree. I think he was the shining light in fucking a room full of darkness.
How dim was that light?
Fucking that dim, bro. 100%. It was fucking dim, mate. Trust me. I'll let Mitch go first on this one. What are you saying, Mitch?
Emerson, my man of the match. Again, don't really say much because the rating I'm going to give him again ain't good. So it's silly and you're a bit deluded if it was a 2 today. I think it's a 6 for me today. I thought he defended right. Wasn't great defensively. It's just a 6. But his passing was pretty good. He didn't really do anything wrong, and he tried to do stuff. I
will say one thing. I just want to say one thing. Do you remember the chance in the first half when I think it was March, just went straight through past Ben Rama, Emerson,
then Ogbonna?
It wasn't really Emerson's fault though. Emerson let that space open.
Maybe
He knew there was nowhere to go.
He rightfully passed that off. You passed that off.
Yeah.
Wasn't that a back 5 though? Wasn't that a back 5?
What?
No, I don't know.
That you're on about, no?
No, I'm on about today.
Oh, you're on about
today.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, that one chance that Solly Marsh almost had where Areola made a good save. Emerson
for me, that was on
Paqueta.
Yeah,
1,000%.
One was really slow to kind of close him down, far too slow.
So what
apparently
you saying,
we contacted Rafa.
Well, we'll see what happens there. So you're saying what, a 5?
Ooh. Huh? Yeah, I'll give him a low 6.
Low 6 for you. I'll go next. I will say a high 5. I thought he was all right. I like him as a left back. This myth, which is true, that he can't play left back, of old bollocks, because I think he can. I thought he was all right. He got down the left hand side in the late into the first half, and we had a little chance, but there was no one in the box. No one there. He's the furthest man forward. He's looking to do it. Nothing. So I'll give him a high 5. Just want to get to this comment.
Massive tackle on fucking Ferguson. Massive tackle.
I just want to get to this thing here. Yeah, here, small club West Ham going down. Thank you very much for the confidence, mate. I feel like shit as it is, bro. Yeah, don't need to wind me up even more.
What's your local team? So.
Oh, fuck knows.
What's your local team?
I couldn't care. Lucas.
Exactly.
What are you saying for Emerson?
Fought Mob is such a disgrace. They had the gall.
Don't even say it, please.
No, I have to because it's so funny. They had the gall to give Emerson a 5.7 and Ben Johnson a 6.2.
6.2, wasn't it? Oh my god,
6.5. They gave Ben Johnson. That is a joke. But again, I've been told that Fought Mob's player ratings are shit anyway. But Emerson for me, he gets just like Mitch, just a 6. My man of the match. Really faultless in my opinion today. Again, wasn't great by any means, wasn't terrible at all, but the best of a bad bunch easily in my opinion. He defended decently, passed the ball right, 80% pass accuracy, and he was one of the only players on the pitch that really tried to link up play and play some 1-2s and get the ball forward into a positive area. So not really much else to it. Just a 6 for me, my man of the match.
Clive?
Just to make it obvious to everyone watching that he is the man of the match for me, it's a medium 5 for me, not high, not low. I mean, at the end of the day, I know nothing came down his side, but still he's a defender. Still we lost 4-0. So, for me, 5, but that's the highest rating I'm going to give any player today.
Yeah, I hear, mate.
I don't like Rafa. I don't know who's a Rafa. I don't think at this point of the season that is the right
I don't think
we will talk about it towards the end.
We'll
talk about that towards the end. Let's get to Lucas Paqueta. I thought it was fucking atrocious today, mate. I really did. I never forget. Listen, I say it all the time, and I will bring this up all the time. What Kane said to me. I don't think Lucas Paqueta and Gianluca Scamacca are the sort of players you want if West Ham are fighting relegation. I do agree with him on that. I'm going to start off with Lucas on this one. Lucas for Lucas. But he was fucking atrocious, mate.
Oh, man. Lucas Paqueta. MIA today. MIA. And
Yeah,
when he
I
did
agree.
show up, it just was not good enough. He played one positive he did today. He played one actually really nice long ball through the middle of the pitch to Danny Ings, who couldn't
Yeah.
track it in. But that's really
Played
the
a good
only
through
thing.
ball to Danny Ings as well in the first half. Overlapping ball.
Yeah.
But Ings couldn't reach it because he's slow as fuck.
Yeah. But besides that, he wasn't on it today. He was sloppy. Just like everyone else, not really bothered to get into second gear. It was just a big cardio test for him in our midfield today and other players as well. But yeah, it's disappointing, and I do think he'll bounce back like I always do. And again, this is match by match basis. So Lucas Paqueta today, in my opinion, was one of our worst players. I'm gonna give him. This could be kind, but I'm gonna give him by the skin of his teeth a 4.
I'll go next. I'm giving him a 3 out of 10, mate. Terrible, absolutely terrible. That chance in the first half, he just stands there and just doesn't move. Like that March chance. Go back and watch that solid March chance in the first half when Ariel makes the save. He goes literally walks past Paqueta literally. Poor.
That's not even Sunday League defending. That's I don't know what that was.
Just effortless. It was very just like
it was just it was like, what's the point? That is what it was like. So I'll give him a 3 out of 10. I thought it was atrocious today. It really was. Mitch?
I'll give him again just by skin of his teeth a 4. I thought we'd done some good passes in the first half. But defensively was just a bit of a mess.
Wank.
And it gave the ball away a fair amount of times as well. Yeah, just a 4.
Yeah, I agree. Clive?
This is the first time I'm going to criticise Moyes in this thing tonight. I don't think this is his game. I think Paqueta, in terms of what we've seen this season and versus like the French league, we know how the Premier League's completely different. We know how it's a little bit more of a bullying style, especially when you're facing teams like Brighton.
Yeah.
And that showed. Paqueta drew a couple of fouls out of Brighton today, but they were always going to be on top of someone like Paqueta. They know Paqueta's seen as the star man. They know that obviously we've bought him at a high price and whatnot, and they know that he's got a little bit of mastery and trickery about him, that he can pull off certain passes. So they were never going to let him get those passes away. They were always going to man mark the shit out of him. And in my opinion, that's for me, this game is not a game he should be starting. And this is where you play slightly.
So you want to start with Paqueta today?
No, I wouldn't. Not against Brighton.
He's had 2 good games though. Like you want to keep his confidence momentum up.
No. Yeah. No, I agree with that point. However, this game, Brighton, we know how Brighton play. That's why they've been a bogey team for us, right? So, in that sense, you know Paqueta's not going to get a lot out of it, and you have to play a slightly different style. That's not Paqueta's fault, and I think if you're a good manager, you'll manage your players, and you will tell your players that, and Paqueta should then understand. Yes, he'll be gutted. He wants to start every game. Every player does, but you've got to accept certain things, and I think that's where you've got to manage and have a slight different approach to the formation or playing, etc. So for me, very low 4, but I don't think he's fully at fault.
Yeah, I hear you, mate. I really do. Let's move on to this man, Thomas Souček.
Interesting.
And there's one person I'm going to start off with first. He knows who he is. He's got the headphones on. He's got the black headphones on. And that is...
Why has he got the black headphones on?
Mitchell. Mitch, you go ahead, mate. Take it away.
Okay. Souček today pressed pretty well, but I thought it was very slow to turn. Like defensively, players were just nicking balls around him. Like when balls were like in 50-50 areas, he looked really slow to get to the ball. His passing as well was shit. Wasn't able to contribute to the attacks at all because he didn't get the ball when he did. It was under his feet or he gave the ball away. This game wasn't really a game for him. I think this game needed a quick pace, a faster, more incisive midfielder, and Souček is the opposite of that. It's tough. This is tough. I'm gonna give him a 3. I'll give him a 3.
What a build up.
All that for a fucking 3. Fucking hell. I'll go next. I'll give him a 4 out of 10. I thought he got about the pitch. His passing's a problem for me. It really is. Like there was a pass in the first half, I think, into Benny. If he plays that in front of Benny, Benny can run onto it. So he plays it behind him and it goes out for a throw-in.
That's just so cheap.
It's everything about his
It's just
passing,
so cheap,
which is the thing that like really just is so like just clueless to me, because like normally some players, when it comes to passing, it's like one of two problems. Either they just cannot put the correct weight on a pass, or they just have shitty vision. They just have
I agree.
They have no vision. They don't have the recipe to cook. And Thomas Tuchek, unfortunately, is not. He's in Hell's Kitchen when it comes to passing.
Fucking 100%. Yeah,
People
so
say he's been superb recently. I've seen a lot of that. You're fucking clueless. You're fucking
no.
clueless.
You've got to give me his due. Against
He's been
Spurs,
good recently by his standards. Against Spurs, he was superb in that first half. Besides from that, by his standards, it's been decent.
Yeah.
Superb. You're talking fucking shit.
Yeah,
his pressing and his tackling's been good. But then what? After that, his passing has still been shit. He can't link up play. He's not done
superb
anything.
is the wrong word. I would say he's been solid. Because defensively, defensively,
I'll give Mitch a round of applause there for that. Do you know what I mean? To lighten the fucking mood. Do you know what I'm saying? I agree.
Defensively, he's been good. Just again, we all know his weakness. It's just
he's not good. 4 out of 10 for me. Clive.
Yeah, low 4 for me. Passing was shit, but he had a couple of chances, and he wasn't the worst player. He definitely wasn't the best player. Yeah,
his headed passing today was shit. Really bad.
He was the only player today that created a half chance off our press today.
Yeah.
And it still wasn't good enough.
Low 4 for me.
Low 4. Lucas, what are you rating him?
A 4, because again, I can't, like last week, I can't give Johnson a high rating for being a good defender and keeping a clean sheet when half of his job is shit. So with Souček as a midfielder, decent defending, everything else was diabolical today. So 4.
Let's move on to this man.
By the way, it's stupid then. Whilst just popped to my head.
Yeah.
I said in the summer we should go after Stupinen. Did say that many
yes, you
times.
did.
Do you remember? I did. I said he's the one. And he was superb. I thought he was so good today,
Mate, we should go for so many fucking players, but we end up with like crap. Let's get to Declan Rice.
Emotional damage.
This geezer, for me, comes out in an interview every week. Says the same spiel every week. Oh, I feel for the fans. We've let the fans down, right? But when are you going to look at yourself and stop thinking about your fucking future career and where you're heading, and where you want to win fucking trophies? Right? I'm not even joking on this one,
Hit it
mate,
again.
yeah? Right? I'm not even joking, right? And I do mean that. What Clive said on the afterthought is absolutely spot on the money. When like with Deck, like he thinks he's better than what he actually fucking is, because a world-class player does not act like a fucking twat today. Right. I'm going to start off with Clive. What you're saying for our captain, Mr. Declan Rice.
So, if I base the player rating of him as a player, a very, very borderline 4. However, as captain and lack of motivation, he ain't getting a 4. He's getting a 3. Absolutely just shit. Like,
Clive, you're bang on the money. 100%.
He's a captain. He's supposed to G up the team. The last 30 minutes, I didn't see him G'ing up shit. All I saw was that we were going to concede more and more. That's all I saw out of it. None of the players, none of the older players, none of the leadership of the players showed today.
It's
Not
like
a single leader on that pitch.
It's like he didn't want to be there.
Yeah. 100%, and it's showing. And going to the post-match interview, like you've just pointed out, there was a question from the reporter where he said, I can't remember, it was something to do with how Brighton, showed up and we didn't. And the irony for me is he literally went, I don't know. Like, why would you go, I don't know? Like, you do know. Like, how, as a captain, do you not know? So, I don't get it. I think...
Do you know what? I hear what you're saying, yeah? But a proper captain would be start grabbing older people, start having fucking fights with people on the pitch if it needs be, right? To start saying,
Mitch,
right?
what did I tell you in the party as soon as I got on?
What?
I told Mitch, I was like, we are really missing a captain that just takes absolutely no shit, no matter the situation. Like, we need Charlie Adams or something. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying. I really do. But there's no fight in this fucking team, and he's not fighting in his team. I'm gonna give him a 3. It's the fucking lowest rating I've ever given him on this channel ever. I thought his attitude was poor. It seemed like when he won't get his own way, he folded into his shell, sort of thing. He starts saying about the fans, and basically, we've let the fans down. This is not the first time you've let the fans down this year. There's been so many other games this year where the fans have been massively let down. And as I said earlier on the afterthought, I respect every single fan that went here today. They deserve fucking better than this. Everyone goes home tonight in their nice cars and fucking nice bit of dough that they get per week, but everyone else is suffering tonight. But I just don't give a fuck. So I'll give them a 3 out of 10. Lucas.
Yeah, I think the lowest we've ever given Rice before was like a high 5?
4. I think we've given 4s before.
Have we? Oh, today. Like, it just hurts. It hurts more because he is our captain and he is basically the representation of our club. And just, mate, I'm sick of hearing the same shit over and over again after every match. Like, one of these times, and I get why he says the things he does, because he just has to answer them a certain way sometimes. But one of these times, I just need him to, like, really let it out. Just let it loose, because it goes a long way.
Yeah,
honestly.
100%.
It goes both ways. Like, when you say the right thing, sometimes it does go the wrong way, and sometimes it does. But
is he thinking? Hold on, Lucas. Yeah, but is he thinking about himself a bit too much? Is he thinking of where he's going to be in the summer window? Because listen, he's got no fear. Do you know what I'm saying? Does he care about West Ham or not?
Probably a little bit. I still think he cares, but like, it just.
The irony is, right? Sorry. The irony is, right? We've always said about this 100 million barrier, right? And like, obviously this week it's come out with both Neville and Keane making their comments, suggesting everything and whatnot. And the irony is, I actually looked up earlier the 5 most expensive defensive midfield players. Most expensive is Rodri, if I'm not mistaken, at just over 60 mil. And we're asking for 100. Do we think he's better than Rodri right now?
Fucking no chance.
Rodri's obviously a lot.
He don't tie Rodri's boots, mate. You know what I mean? I'm not being funny.
Who doesn't?
Rice.
Rodri's a better leader as well.
Mitch, after today's game, he's a better. Rodri's a better leader. He's better passer than Rice, 100%.
Yeah, he's better passer, much better passer. Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying. I just think I love Declan Rice. Yeah, I really do. Well, I think what he's done for this club over the last few years has been good. But I also think what he's doing right now, in regards of thinking more about himself. And it's all about Declan Rice, 100 million, Roy Keane and all that. It's taken away from the team. Like, we are West Ham United. West Ham United have had great players over the years. And there is no one never too big than West Ham United.
Because he is the captain and he does have to take on more weight than some others I'm gonna have to give him a 3 today, because not only was his performance absolutely awful and non-inspiring, to say the least, but as a captain today, terrible, absolutely awful. The worst captaining performance from him probably ever.
Yeah,
Boys, do you think he should be
just
stripped the
looking at the-
captaincy? Because as a captain, I don't think we've ever benefited of him being the captain.
he
I'm
should
saying.
never have been made captain. It was just
But
the
like,
ploy
I agree.
to
but
hopefully
who
get him to
else
sign a
though?
new.
Hold on.
I agree.
This is the
Go
thing.
on.
Maybe Bonner. No, not
Yeah,
Bonner. Maybe Fabs.
Oh,
No,
no, mate.
I'm-
Right, can I just say this quickly?
He's more
Yeah, and then
vocal than Rice. Rice don't say fucking anything.
I agree on that. I just want to say this quickly. Yeah, right. Lucas has rated him. Clive, can you rate him? Give us a number.
Yeah, I said low 3.
Low 3. Mitch, can you rate Declan Rice today?
3.
3. I agree with what you're saying, Mitch, about the captaincy, but I do think he had a lot of help with Mark Noble being there. Mark Noble's not in the room no more. Like, he's not in the change rooms with them. Right.
He'll be in the room. He'll be in the room when they get back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, mate, they should all be in the room. I will say that.
Just looking at Tay's comment, can I just say, yeah, it was Rodri before Rodri is now, but the players you've also mentioned there, Grealish and Anthony, are not defensive midfielders, is what I'd like to point out there. And if you want to look at defensive midfielders, Calvin Phillips, staying point of Leeds, only 50 mil, and we've only got a year left of Rice. So realistically, if we can get 70, 80 mil for him, I think that's spot on.
Yeah. Let's go to this man. Mr. Saeed Benrahma. Got subbed at half time. I'm going to go first on this one because people know that I back Saeed up quite a lot. I thought it was a poor call from Moyes on this one. I don't understand it. We need our attacking threats on the pitch. He scored a good goal the other day. Was he good in the first half? Not really. Did he have a lot of the ball? Not really. But was any of them good at in the first half? No. That was all shit. I don't understand why he took him off. I don't get the logic in it. If you're going to go for it, you might as well take one of the 3 midfielders off. Like, you take Souček off, you bring on
the wrong guy, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was 100% the wrong geezer to come off. Like, if you want to go really extreme, you take Ben Johnson off because he was fucking atrocious also. So I'm going to give Benny, for his time on the pitch for 45 minutes, a 4. He weren't good. I'll be real. But he didn't deserve to get subbed off. But when I see people on Twitter, naming no names, coming out and saying about the fans chanting Saeed Benrahma's name, and he's only had like 47% fucking pass accuracy. I think you're a disgrace, mate. Stop using fucking analytics to fucking judge people. Start looking at people for what they are. When Saeed, I'm naming no names. I just said that. Yeah, he knows who he is. Yeah, he talks like a fucking idiot. And he needs to stop looking at data and start looking at with his own 2 eyes. It's as simple as that. 4 out of 10. Didn't deserve to be subbed.
Put it in the chat, please. I'm interested.
I'll tell you later, Mitch. You know what I mean? Lucas.
I agree with mostly everything you said about Benrahma. I'm going to give him a 4 out of 10 because he wasn't good. He couldn't string a pass together, but he was I didn't think he deserved to come off when he did, and the substitution that was made was a bit mind-boggling to me because Souček showed me nothing that he should have really stayed in the match. And I think if we kept Benrahma on and brought on Fornals, there maybe could have been a little cooking there, even Lanzini. But again, that's not what happened. Shit, it turned to shit. But Benrahma wasn't good in the slightest. So he had one bright moment. He received the ball, carried it a bit, got taken off him. Lucky deflection to Bowen. But yeah, 4.
Clive?
Yeah, for his 45 minutes, it's a 4. The irony is, in the second half, we had no shots, literally no shots at the goal. So, at least we had 3 in the first half, albeit it doesn't really matter who it came from. But it shows that Moyes took the wrong person off. So, yeah, 4.
Mitch?
By the way, Ben wants to say, not being funny, you didn't Souček get heavily criticised for his pass accuracy earlier on this season? Yeah, because Souček doesn't try any passes, he doesn't try any through balls, and yet his pass accuracy is still low because he couldn't attempt simple passes. The difference here is with the attackers when they get lower pass accuracies that they try difficult passes and through balls because they have to, because they're the attackers, including crosses, which is harder to get a good pass accuracy on. So there you go. But Ben Rama, I still thought was actually worse than what you boys are saying tonight. I thought his passing was disgusting. I thought it was really, really, really shit today.
But he was the only one, though, Mitch. I'm not going to just say this to be sort of like devil's advocate or nothing.
Yeah,
but he is one of the people that did help Bowen to fucking have that chance. Like, you got to give him some credit today. Like, didn't see anyone else doing anything.
Chance. Yeah. I agree. But besides from that, he dribbled all right. Oh, it's tough. This is tough. I'll give him a low
Mitch,
4. I'll give him a
Mitch,
low 4.
the best way of summing it up with Said Ben Rama was at half time. Everyone's fuming about the way we've played. Did you see him getting subbed at half time? Yes or no?
I did. I saw him getting subbed in the game, not at half time. I thought you got subbed
Yeah,
in the 60th.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
but
I didn't think he'd get axed at halftime.
I mean, I personally would have got Ings and Suchik off at half time, and I would have got like Full Nails and Skamaka on.
Yeah,
that's what I personally would have done.
Moving on to this man, Mr. Jared Bowen. Fuck me, what a day he had. I don't know where to start. Right, he got booked for diving. He gave away a penalty and he missed a golden chance.
That booking I thought was a bit disgraceful. In my opinion.
Maybe.
I don't think that was a dive. If it was a dive, why did he get up?
It was going down before even
100%
he should have got clipped first. Just get clipped, allow it.
Who do I start off with there? I'll tell you what, I'll start off with Mitch. Mitch, take it away.
Yes!
Let's go.
His all-round play wasn't terrible, but I feel like he barely touched the ball. But those 3 errors that you said he made, dive, the penalty, and the fucking miss that he had, where he's supposed to be this unreal finisher and shoot the ball. And I keep saying this, people seem like, because he's been playing better recently in transition and passing the ball forward and dribbling with it. His crossing has still been embarrassing. His final ball has still been shit, and his shooting has still been fucking shit. As seen today, how the geezer doesn't get his head up when he shoots. And how many times we've seen this season, Bowen shoots it right at the fucking keeper. He's got the whole fucking goal to aim for. He just keeps his head down, shoots it straight at the keeper. Fucking idiot. He needs to work on his shooting.
Against a
really
pony of
do
a
you
goalkeeper
remember?
As well.
Do you remember when we first signed him? When we first signed him,
very similar, wasn't it?
It's the same thing again, right? Last season, he had his head up. He was scoring loads of goals, right? And he looked fucking amazing. When we signed him, every person kept saying he needs to get his head up. Needs to get his head up. Right? He keeps having his head down on the fucking floor, and the same thing has come back again. So whatever's happened in training or whatever, he needs to go back to that. So what are you rating him, Mitch?
I'll tell you what, I'm thinking it too. I'm thinking the things he done in the game.
Yeah, I'm good.
It's a tough one. Considering I've given players 3 for, you know what? Fuck, I'm giving him a high 2. I think he was shit. That miss was massive. The fucking penalty's criminal. Yeah, I'll give him a 2.
Are you sure you're giving him a 2, Mitch?
Not really, no. But fuck it. Give him a 2. 2 or 3, I think 2 or 3. I'll cut the side. I'm giving 2.
Well, I'll go next. Jared Bowen, mate. He's on fire. He's shagging Danny Dyer, but he can't score a fucking one-on-one. Do you know what is worrying? I'm going to say this, yeah? Is when he was at Hull, he used to score them goals for fun. Yeah, and I know that for a fact because I knew someone at the time, and I used to follow Hull quite a lot, as in like watch their results. And with Bowen, now it's a concern. He just don't look the same fucking player. I thought he was atrocious today again. Another one. I think
shooting's pony, mate.
I think the penalty. I start off with the penalty first. The penalty is stupidity. He's got attracted to the ball, and he hasn't really used his loaf and sort of said, "Right, I'll back off, let the geezer go, let me defenders come across and try and cover it." The yellow card's embarrassing. Like it goes down before like it even gets touched, and the one-on-one or the chance, he should be putting that in the back of the net. He really should. I'm going to give him a 2 out of 10. I agree with Mitch. Fucking terrible, mate. I think he gets a lot of overhype from last year. I keep hearing this word money in the bank every 5 seconds, like Moyes and like every other fucking player. He's run out of credit, I'm afraid. He's livened himself up. Or Maxwell Cornet gets back in his fucking team and gets him out. Terrible.
He's the one.
2.
He's the saviour. It's the Lord and saviour.
Yeah. Lucas.
Yeah, Jared Bowen. Just shit. I do feel for him on the penalty because, like I said, I think that's about 80% Johnson's fault, but it's neither here or there. He's got to do better defending that. The chance he missed, I mean, we signed him to put those away. Didn't put it away. The dive, I didn't think that was a bookable offense in my opinion. Because if he was really trying to dive, he would have just stayed on the floor. But he got up literally as soon as he fell. Just because you're looking for it, I don't know. It's neither here or there. But he was shit today. He's gonna get a 3. I didn't think he was any more shit than like Ings or Benrahma, but because he was on the pitch for so long and I had to watch him be shit for longer than Benrahma and Ings, he's gonna get a 3.
Yeah, I have to laugh at Hawkins' family. I must admit, Hawkins, I don't want to be here either, bruv. Trust me, I would rather be sitting indoors watching Saturday Night Takeaway with the missus. But you know, we've all got to do our bit, haven't we? But yeah, they should all be fucking zeros. Clive.
Yeah, I was going to reserve the only 2 for Johnson, but in actual fact, looking at Bowen, 3 errors. I mean, giving away the penalty, yeah, all right, half of that's Johnson's fault, but it's reckless, needless, stupidity, a lot of words that could be used, but there's that. The dive, like we could have got the penalty if he had just allowed to be clattered, because it would have been a carbon copy of what he did to a Brighton player. It would have been done to him. So it was just needless to do that. And the one-on-one, just pass the ball to Danny Ings. If you're going to shoot it straight at the goal,
or maybe pass it to the bottom corner of the net, left or right.
Yeah, I mean that would be ideal as well. So yeah, he's getting a 2 from me. It was diabolical. I just can't.
You know what's nice about this player ratings? None of us disagree.
Nah, yeah, makes a fucking change, doesn't it?
Quite wholesome. Although if Alfie was here, he would disagree with the Emerson one. He would disagree with the Socek one.
And I know for a fact Alfie would disagree with the penalty also, because me and him have had a few words on the penalty also. So you know what I'm saying.
I saw his tweet.
Yeah, I know. Don't get me started on Alfred. Let's start off with this man though, Danny Ings, fucking the striker. I felt sorry for him today. I see him have his hands up in the air. He's pressing. He's running about. Mitch is not going to have it. This is where we're going to clash now. So I'm going to start off with Lucas. What you saying for Danny Ings?
I don't feel sorry for him at all, personally. And he just
what sort of support or did he have really?
I'll tell you. He had no support. His pressing, while it's kind of like the same thing that people criticize Antonio for. Like it looks like he's working hard, but was he really working that hard today? I would say he worked the hardest out of the bunch, but still didn't look that great. I do applaud him for trying to get people to press with him, but that failed miserably. He did nothing off the ball. He did nothing with the ball. He didn't do a thing right today. And just like anyone else, not a lot good today. So I'm going to give him because he didn't get any service today, I'll give him a 4.
Mitch, take it away. I'm dreading this one.
Nah, 4 ain't. I cannot give him a 4. I'm giving him a low 3. I thought first half his link up play.
That was shit.
That was bad. Yeah.
It was embarrassing. Through balls that did go to him. It wasn't quick enough on. Didn't anticipate him well enough. I think there was 2 times where he had through balls from the quitter. Did not anticipate him well enough, and it was covered. And also there was a chance where he tried to take it on his left. They completely miscontrolled it like a 3-year-old. Just really, really shit, mate. Really, really shit. Do not feel sorry for him. Oh, yes, he didn't get any service, but when he did have the ball, he didn't do a single thing good with it. So I cannot say I feel sorry for him. He can fuck himself after today's performance, and then let's get Scamack up, or even Antonio back in the side. I don't give a fuck. Ings, embarrassing.
Fucking hell, mate.
Really, really shit. He got no service, I agree. But fuck me, I thought he was sharp in this. I thought the Ings we were buying was sharp. I thought his first touch was better than this. I thought his link-up
mate,
play was
I
better than
actually
this.
have to agree. His first touch is a nightmare.
It looked like a fucking 5-year-old today, like in primary school, trying to control the ball. It's embarrassing. It's
Yeah.
so bad.
What are you rating him, Mitch?
3.
I'm going to give him.
I do not feel sorry for him.
I'll go next. I'm going to give him a 4. I think I hear what you're saying, and I do agree with you slightly. But then I do look at him, and I think I did see something in the second half where he was running and trying to press the goalkeeper and all that.
But
He
his
turns
pressing,
around.
it was all like press and no, like it was all pressing for
Yeah,
the
but-
sake of pressing. There
Yeah,
was,
no, but
it wasn't productive pressing.
But
It
he's not a
reminds me of
striker,
Snodgrass.
Mitch.
Snodgrass had the most stamina I've ever seen out of any West Ham player ever. But
Right.
the way he pressed was a disgrace. He gave away fouls left, right, and centre. He was shit, mate.
Are you fucking done, brother? What?
There's good pressing. Souček, I'll give
Right.
credit to, presses well. He can press
Right.
well. Bowen presses well.
Right.
Ings, he presses like a donkey.
No, but what I'm trying to say to you is, like, when you look at Danny Ings, what do you see? I see like an 18-yard box striker, poacher.
I see.
Really?
Well, I used to see a striker that could get the ball in and around the area, take a quick sharp touch and finish it.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
all I see is a poacher. I see a person literally stand still in the box and fucking head to home. I don't want that. I don't fucking.
Yeah.
I want them in the games where maybe we're chasing the game, and
Yeah.
we're trying to really break a team down. We've got all the possession. That's when he should play. But at the moment, in games where it's 50-50 and we're trying to hit on them counter, it's embarrassing. He didn't have a chance today because he was fucking shit and did not help himself whatsoever. His first was that fucking shit. It was so shit.
Will
so
you
bad.
seek counselling, bruv? Let me land my fucking. That's his brain, mate. Fucking going into one. You know what I mean? Right. For me, he's an 18-yard box striker. He gets stuck in to a point. He presses decent enough.
You don't get stuck in.
It just wasn't his day.
Get stuck in the mud. That's what you fucking get.
Probably, yeah. I agree. So I'll give him a 4 out of 10. Clive.
Yeah, for me, it's a 4. I mean, at the end of the day, he was given nothing, especially in that second half. So, what's he supposed to do? At the end of the day, we also get into this point, you've all mentioned he's a poacher, right? We all know he's a poacher. We know he's a box striker. So, it goes to the whole, does he fit our system? And it's like I said maybe last week, we've got an issue where we've got 3 different types of strikers. So that's 3 different types of ways of playing. Like, how are we supposed to navigate that when we couldn't score in the first place? It's beyond me. Because the players are going to be confused how we're supposed to play, because every striker is going to need a different leeway. And it's not going to work. I don't know why we have 3 different types of strikers. It's at least have 2 that are the same or something. But hey, it is what it is. Yeah, 4 for me.
4 out of 10.
This is silly. This is getting silly because
How?
I know what I'm going to say. Because all I'm going to say now is people saying, "But he's a box striker. We should be using him to his good qualities."
Yeah.
When you're a fucking professional Premier League striker and you cannot even pass simple balls and you can't even take a good first touch in a whole fucking 90 minutes, there's no trying to sugarcoat that, saying, "Oh, you're 18-yard striker. You should stay in the box at all times." That's the way we should be using him. Fuck off. That's shit.
Nope.
If you're in the Premier League, you need to have a good fucking first touch and link up play somewhere. He couldn't do that today. And he had the chance today when he.
You finished, bruv.
And it was like that when he's trying to control the ball. No, I'm not having it.
God damn, mate. Fucking hell. Like, listen, I hear what you're saying, Mitch. I know you're pissed off, bruv. I'm pissed off at all. And so is the 132 people in the chat pissed off.
That's what we got. Oh,
yeah,
shit.
do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it is what it is. Before I move on, and Mitch takes me out my stride, please do smash a like on the video and please do subscribe to this channel if you are new around here. Let's go to the ref.
Well, if it's
And
Wait,
Frank's
have
drunk it.
we not done 4 now, or am I done?
I am not doing no subs. There's no fucking point. There was literally
Oh,
no
I
point.
He did 45 minutes though.
I don't know. He played the
Fucking-
whole half, James.
Mate, we had made out forwards and players on that pitch today who've done 90 minutes and they're still living as footballers. So I'm not even going to do it.
Quick rating. I'll give Fornals a 4.
He gets a 3 from me.
4
Mitch?
for me. 4.
I'm not even going to bother because after the third goal went in, I was nearly crying in my fucking tears. You know what I'm saying?
Crying in your tears.
Fucking, you just know.
Eyes, mate.
I was fucking in bits, mate. Trust me.
know
You
it's
know what I mean?
hard to make.
The people down the road must have thought I was like absolutely berserk, mate. You know what I mean? Right. Referee time.
Try your eyes, James.
Cheers, mate.
Sorry.
Lucas, take it away for the ref.
Again, soft penalty in my opinion, but gun to my head. Correct call.
Yeah, I agree.
My standard 4.
Joe, what? I agree. I'm going to make it short and sweet from me. 4 out of 10. Penalties bang on. Don't listen to West Ham Online, aka Alfie, because he said it definitely wasn't a penalty. It's 1000% a penalty. And every West Ham fan all around the planet would turn around and say that's a penalty also. So, yeah, I'll give him a 4. Clive?
Usually I give a ref around about a 5, maybe a very low 6. But what I'll say is this ref had 2 or 3 key decisions that he had to make.
Yeah.
And he got every single one right. The Bowen dive to even though you guys are saying a soft penalty for Brighton's first goal, I'd say most referees would give that any day of the week. It was reckless and stupid. So I think he got the calls accurate, including the yellow cards on the West Ham players in the second half and whatnot. So I'm going to give him a 7 because he had a busy day.
Fair enough, mate. Mitch?
I'll give him a high 8. It was very good. Oh!
Fair enough, mate. Fucking hell, he passed that there.
And the reason why you want to criticise him, he done everything very well today. The tough decisions that were 50-50, whether you give him or not, he was spot on.
Yeah.
And he didn't do a single thing wrong. You want to give him a 4 and be a cunt.
No.
I'm giving him
He
a high 8.
did one thing wrong today.
Fair enough, Mitch. Yeah.
He showed up to the
Look,
gaff.
Mate, he was absolutely superb. It was absolutely superb.
The only thing he done wrong today
Well,
showed up to the gaff with a dead.
Yes, obviously it didn't come to us and didn't benefit
Right.
us, but I'm being real.
I know
Referee's
you're being
very good.
real, and you're speaking about cunts, and we might as well speak about this one. Mr. David fucking Moyes. Where do I start with this man that is still a living at our club? I'm going to go first, and then I'm going to let everyone come in. Yeah. I can't really sort of pin all this on Moyes today. I really can't. Yeah, there's certain things I can. The side Ben Rama substitution. When we go 2-0 down, Skamaka's got to be on the pitch. Why ain't he on the pitch? Them 2 things I could probably say. But the starting 11 was the right 11 for me, right? Who else is there? Right?
Could argue Zuma.
Probably. Yeah, you could argue that. But other than that, that's our strongest team that we've got, like on paper, like in front of us. Do you know what I'm saying? I think the players let him down today more than anything. Like it's either the players didn't want to play for him no more, or the players just had one of them days. Do you know what I'm saying? It's interesting to know where Mikel Antonio is because he's not on the bench at all. So I don't know whether something's happened during the week.
I didn't realise that.
Apparently he had a knock, allegedly.
Oh, allegedly knock. So that old chestnut. So for Mr. Moyes today, it's embarrassing. It really is. I'm going to give him a 4 out of 10. Ooh. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I think the players let him down today massively. But if you was to look at that game as a whole, is Moyes at fault for Bowen crashing in on the player? No. Is Moyes at fault for the players not being able to pass the ball or control the ball? No. Like these players these are professional players paid a lot of money week in, week out. They should know how to pass a fucking football.
So then why a 4?
I'll give him a 4 because the substitutions are terrible. Like when we go 1-0 down, that should have been completely changed at half time. It wasn't working, right? Do you know what I'm saying? And we all can see it as fans it weren't working. So he comes out and he takes off one of our creative players and brings on an industrial midfielder. It just makes no sense to me. It really don't. So I'm going to give him a 4 out of 10. Mitch, Mr. Moyes.
Mid to high 5. I'm going to give him. I thought he didn't play for the point at all. I thought the way we set up at the start was bang on. I thought the lineup was pretty much good. Like I couldn't argue about it. We don't know too much about the Zoom situation. Yes, I would have started him, but it was 50-51. I'm not so bothered about it. The way we come out, the structure, I thought was superb. We caused them errors. They was misplacing their passes. Because of our press was really good. Our setup, I thought it was perfect. But then when all the individual errors started creeping up, everyone started making errors constantly.
Yeah.
Then the whole thing went to absolute shit.
Big
Sonny,
big up.
you spelled that wrong. You spelled that wrong.
Hold on. Big up, Drainer
Sonny,
Hole.
donate.
Are you right there, Mitch? Fucking hell, it's like you got Tourette's or something, bruv.
Thank you, Drain Hole.
Thank you, Drain Hole, for
So
donating £1.99. Mitch, carry on.
Deal. Shit. No, I think high 5. I think it was alright.
Yeah.
Again, Ben Rama substitution. I don't think it's criminal because I thought personally was really shit first half, but I wouldn't have made it. For me, the more criminal thing is keeping Souček on that long when he was on the yellow card, and he was offering nothing to the game in terms of possession. And Ings, I thought, had a fucking stinker, and we wasn't getting control of the game. We was never going to get control of the game. So why do you think? The way Ings suits the game is that we dominate possession, we put loads of balls in the area for him. That was never going to be this fucking game. So why just have him on the pitch for so long? Makes no sense. Use your brain. But I actually thought the way we set up at the start was very good, and we looked good for the first 15 minutes. But then the players let Moyes down. So yeah, standard 5. I'll give him.
Clive?
I'm going to go with a 4, but on the basis of...
We had loads of opportunities, Irons. Sorry.
That's all good. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the 4 just because subs were way off. And yeah, the players did let him down, but it makes me wonder that the players even playing for Moyes at this point. I think they've got their own agenda. The agenda is cup games. They want to win a medal or a trophy or whatever, but the league is important. I don't think they're playing for Moyes based off of today's performance, and I think the ship has sunk. But at the end of the day, if you wanted to make a sub at half time, you haul Johnson off. I don't care if we don't have a right back on the bench. You fucking make a way to make it work. You're a manager. Work it out. Fucking find something that's going to work. And his Brighton record. Everyone went in with the exception of we're probably going to lose or draw anyway. So all this shit.
Yeah.
His Brighton record is almost as bad as his top 6 record. Why doesn't he learn? Learn. We know how Brighton play. It hasn't
Stubborn
changed.
Man.
It hasn't changed. Yeah, but it hasn't changed. At the end of the day, it's the same. They're playing a similar style. Yeah, even though they're not with Potter anymore, they've still got a similar style. They've still got this, that, and the other. Yeah. Figure out a method, a way, something.
I hear what you're saying, Matt. Let's go get to this comment from Steve. I think Steve Bell went today. Steve, if you're in the chat, please do tell me if you did go. I'm sure he went today. If he did, fucking total respect to that man. 100%.
Donated to our Steve.
Thank
you
you,
are
Steve.
the GOAT in the chat.
He's the GOAT, mate.
We love you very much.
Mate, I'm going to have to buy Steve a shirt, mate, at the end of the season, mate.
You're going to have to make him a special sticker for the members.
I'm going to have to make him something,
mate. I'm going to design a custom E20 Zone TV shirt for Steve.
Mate, big up fucking Steve.
It's going to have all of our mugs on it.
Yeah,
why not? Clive, carry on, mate, and
like I say, I think Moyes' time is up. I don't know if it's actually going to be any worse if they just sack him and we just have a caretaker till the end of the season, because I think they're not going to sack him today because midweek we've got the Conference League and all these other things. I think what my opinion on Moyes will be is how he approaches this Villa game, to be honest, because there's 3 players, if I'm not mistaken, on 4 yellow cards in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And our next home game after Villa is Southampton. Or our next Premier League game after Villa is Southampton, if I'm not mistaken. It's the 2nd of April.
Right.
So to be honest, if I wanted to rest players such as Soufal, who's on 4 yellow cards, Rice is now on on 4 yellow cards as of today, and there's another player which is escaping me right now, but there is a third player for sure. At this point, I do not
Probably
want to see
Guetta.
any of those. It might be, yeah. I do not want to see any of those 3 players get a 5th yellow card because we need those players for the Southampton game.
It's terrible, though, mate. We're crying out. We're saying we need these players to save us from fucking relegation. I can't.
I know.
It just upsets me, mate.
I know, but yeah, I think it's very evident we're not going to get rid of him until at least probably after the Southampton game. And everyone's going, well, there's 3 worse teams than us, but is there? Southampton won today.
Yeah, so,
I
agree.
I think it's anyone's game at the moment. It's still in our hands, but I don't think we're any better with or without Moyes right now. I think it's a case of
we're in purgatory.
We're in a bit of a shitter, to be honest. And I don't think it matters what we really rate Moyes at this point. He's going to stay there, and it's until the end of the season, whether we're up or down. I just hope common sense prevails at the end of the season, at least.
I agree, mate. Lucas, and before before you land, drain a hole. Another go. Well, mate, listen, right, I'm going to have to go to his fucking boozer, mate.
Climb up there.
Drainhole's a fucking legend of the game, mate. Be like Drainhole Hammers, mate, 100%. Come on, fellas, what could be worse? Sticking Nolan Noble and whoever in charge, we need fight for their shirt, not bottle jobs. Totally agree on that fucking comment. Too many fucking.
What is Drainhole? Can you explain what your logo is as well? I don't really get
your picture.
Your profile picture, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
The third player with 4 yellow cards is Tilo Kehrer.
Oh, Tilo. Right. Lucas, go ahead, mate. Land.
I'll try and keep this short and sweet. No one will probably like my rating, but I think it's fair after what happened today. So, first off, lineup was spot on, in my opinion. Obviously, I would have liked to see Zuma, because if Zuma's on the bench, I want to see him start. But again, probably the medical staff told Moyes he's not fully ready to start, but who knows? Formation, we went 4 in the back. We went positive. Substitution was a bit shit, in my opinion, for the wrong guy. But besides that, I really do think the players let Moyes down today tremendously. So for me, I do think Moyes today did almost as much as he could. The only other thing he could have really done was bring on Scamacca at some point. But I'm gonna give him by the skin of his teeth, because the players were so dreadful today. I'm gonna give him just a 6.
Fair enough, Lucas. I like it. I mean, Picasso, as they say. And that is the ratings for everyone on West Ham's defeat on the South Coast today. Before I wrap this up, lads, we might as well talk about the future. We always do on this channel before we wrap this up. Is where the fuck do we go now? That is right. I know people are going to say, "Yep, Iron Napa, fucking booze it up." You know what I mean? Plenty of booze, plenty of birds over in Iron Napa for everyone to go and enjoy themselves on Thursday and West Ham, right? But after that, we have got one of the biggest games coming up against Villa. Like, it seems like every game, I keep saying, every home game is like the biggest game of the season. Talk to me. Are we fucking? Should we be shitting ourselves or what?
James, I cannot predict anything anymore. I cannot predict any game. I cannot predict any result. I can't predict how we're going to play. I wouldn't have predicted we'd play well against Man United. We did, but we got a bad result. I wouldn't have predicted that we would fucking get smashed 4-0 against Brighton. I wouldn't have predicted that we'd go and turn Nottingham Forest over 4-0. I do not have a fucking clue anymore.
Fair enough, mate. Until we get to this comment from Lee, yeah? He's just donated $4.99. What's up, fucking geezer? Wait, listen, we've got to make shirts, lads. We've got to make shirts. I do think the players are not playing for Moyes. Attitude stinking out the place in general all season. Totally
Thank
agree
you,
with
Lee. Much appreciated.
So I think in terms of our next couple of weeks, we've only got 2 Premier League games, and I'm pretty sure 4 of the other 5 in the zone area that we're in have 3 to 4 games in the time that we get to like the 2nd of April. Because obviously we've got the Europa Conference. So I think it will be interesting. Technically, we won't be on the back foot. I think a lot of those teams have got some of the big 6 coming up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look at it in a positive spin in that sense. So
This is the only way, boys.
yeah, so I think we are dependent on everyone else's results. But if these guys have played 1-2 games more and they haven't picked up points, then ideally, if we can pick up a minimum a point against Villa and then get the win at Southampton, then I think it's all to play for in our hands. And as long as we can keep it in our hands, I think that's the main thing. We might not like what we're seeing, but if it's enough to just see us ensure that we are looking after our own destiny to stay up, then I think that is key. And playing 2 games less than those around us might give us the advantage to go, okay, this is what we need. This is where we currently sit. 4 points out of 6 over the next couple of games, done. I think that gives us a little bit of hope, but we need to make it count, especially in the home games, because away form is dreadful.
I agree, mate. I agree. I'm nervous. I keep saying it. I know what I'm going to see over the next few days. Don't worry about it. It's Brighton. We never beat them. I don't want to hear that. I really don't. I don't know where to go with in regards of like Moyes now, because listen, for today's performance, I'm not going to fully blame Moyes. But if the players are not playing for him, the butt stops at the manager. And if you don't get the best out of these players, the manager's going to have to go. Like, I do think David Sullivan is playing with fire with West Ham. I've called it for a long time. I've said it on this channel for the past 4 months that he's fucking about with us big time. And I'm nervous. Because if we go and play Villa next week and we lose that game at home, then we're back in the mess that we sort of got ourselves away for out of the results against Newcastle and Chelsea. So I don't know. Mitch, what are you saying in regards to the future?
I don't normally get nervous, but I'm starting to get a little bit shaky.
Do you know he's fighting tonight, Mitch?
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
he's fighting. Yeah, I'm not sure if he's won or not, but he's fighting tonight. Yeah, go on.
I don't know what time the fight is.
7 o'clock. It was.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Up the fucking Tommy boy.
I'll be right back.
What do you want me to say, James? Because I don't know what to say.
Well,
where do you see us going?
Predict the future. Are West Ham staying in the Premier League? Is Moyes staying in a fucking job to the end of the season? And are these players going to sort themselves out and play for the shirt? Like, for all us fans?
I would make a prediction, but I'm not make myself look like a prick. I don't have a clue. I really do not have a clue. So I'm going to shut the fuck up.
I'm going to ask you a question before I wrap this up. Is the Conference League papering over? There's so many cracks in this team, big time, that it makes us look better than what we actually are. But when people look at the conference, we've got a decent draw in the conference. We'll go and win that, and it'll all be forgiven. It will be forgiven until the Villa game.
Actually, I will say one thing.
Oh,
so go ahead. Speak first. Go on, mate.
Oh, thank you. The embarrassing thing is we're going to put a full strength side out against a semi-professional team.
Yeah,
and of course, we should on paper win that. But I don't really care about the Europa Conference, like for multiple reasons. I genuinely don't think we'd win it anyways. I think there are a couple of better European teams than us. Secondly, I think there's at least 2. But I think secondly as well, like just right now, I'd rather consolidate Premier League status. To be honest, Europa Conference means fuck all to me. I don't think, but it's in part it doesn't have the history, so it's not a prestigious cup. It might be in about 10, 20 years when it's still existing or whatever. But right now, it's in its second year of iteration. I just don't give a toss about it, to be quite frank. Every Premier League place in that table is worth £1 million, roughly, I think. And what you winning the Europa Conference, I think, is somewhere between 12 and 16 million. So it's not a shit ton of money, but obviously then you get into the Europa League the following season. But that means fuck all if we're in the Championship. So,
yeah, I agree, mate.
Good point.
I agree. Lucas, are you there?
He said he'll be back in a minute. I think he's going for a loo.
I think it's the opposite, James. I think if we didn't have the conference, we would be much higher in the league. I do agree slightly with that. Yeah, it's definitely played a part in our bad start in the league. Yeah. And then Alkins family comes out and says,
I don't necessarily agree with that, because because between November and March of this season and last season, we did not play a single European game.
The worry is now is that let's hope that the lads ain't going to start dropping like flies, like the bodies.
Yeah, but
like, literally.
that's my issue. Like, play a weakened squad. Like, we've got the advantage where we're not playing straight away a tough team. Like, the first team we drew in the Europa League was Sevilla. In this, we've drawn Lanarka or whatever it is. I'm just going to call them FC Iron Napa because that's basically where it is. And you know, like, this is our time to use some of the kids in this game. I think we should have really done that, to be honest, in the last game or two in the group stages as well, to be honest. But yeah, like I say, you know, the last 2 seasons we don't play any games until March in terms of this European League, except from the group stages, which finished early November. Obviously, this season we've had the World Cup, but still, the last couple of months, our form has nothing to do with this stupid European competition. Nothing to do with it. We're shit, and that just means we're shit.
Yeah, I actually agree, mate. Absolutely upsets me, kills me inside, because all I want to see is West Ham be successful and do some positive things. There's nothing to be positive about tonight. I'm going to wrap it up there, gentlemen. I want to thank Mitchell, Clive, and Lucas for coming on tonight. Really do appreciate all the lads who are on this channel. Mitch and Lucas are with me on the air with Alfie and Affers. And we're building something fucking strong. Trust me. I will say that. I want to thank everyone who's donated over the last 2 shows I've done over the last four hours. Fuck me. Do you know what? As a West Ham family, we do come together like in times of like sadness. And it is like a sad moment at West Ham. But I'll tell you what, these players need to wake up. They need to look at the fans, right, and fucking do something. Do you know what I mean? Care. Because like I put something out there on Twitter earlier.
Fight.
Yeah.
At least fucking fight.
At least fight to the fucking end.
That's the bare minimum. Just show some fucking fight. Show some bollocks.
Exactly.
Boys, hopefully we can build a little bit of confidence after Thursday. If we lose to that, we might be in the shit.
If we lose to that, then we're fucked.
Hopefully we can see a bit of Cornet, a bit of Skamaka, a bit of Kera. Hopefully build their confidence back up and stick them straight back into the team.
A bit of Lanzini.
Drano again, man.
Drano,
fuck me.
Drano's on one tonight, mate. Trust me.
Oh my God.
Keep smiling. We're all West Ham. Yeah, I agree, Drano, mate.
James, you're near me. Let's go for curry. Do you go for curry now?
I would do, mate, but I'm about 100 miles away from you. So
you're in Suffolk, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm in Suffolk at the minute. So I will be back in the ends on Monday, but we'll hook something up. Fucking, we need a good night out. You know what I mean? Plenty of drink. Bit of dancing. We can make Iron Apple or Romford. Mitch, me and you. Let's go. Fucking hell. Listen, thank you everyone who's watched tonight. I really do appreciate it also. West Ham United. Fucking never fail to surprise me. Last week, we're all buzzing. We held we was giving it to Forest fans and hold 4. Brighton fans are giving it to us tonight and saying we've held 4. Fucking hell, mate. Who would have thought it? Calm as a bitch. Anyway, take it easy. Peace.
There it is. I've never found a love like this.